6:46, breaking news. The time now means in just a couple of minutes it'll be official, with hundreds of nurses starting their strike at Rochester General Hospital this morning, all in protest of current working conditions. We have Hayden Wentworth live outside RGH, hearing from some of the nurses.
Brennan, I'm here with Jenny Goff. She is a nurse on the oncology floor, and she's going to tell us, after Saturday, what are you expecting after Saturday?
I am hoping that Rochester General comes back to the table, bargains in good faith, comes into the room, and has something that we can be excited about and something that we can use to recruit and retain nurses, staff nurses to RGH, because that's what creates a strong team. That's what creates a strong hospital. Staff nurses are the ones with the institutional commitment over time, the institutional memory. They're the ones that know the policies and procedures and really invest and become part of the team. And that's what we need. That's what we need back at RGH, is a strong team of staff nurses that are really invested in our patients and in our community.
Right. And are you excited to get back to your patients when you get back into the hospital on after Saturday?
Of course. I mean, of course. I love my patients. It's why I became a nurse. Of course I want to get back to my patients. Yeah.
All right. Well, Brennan, when the strike starts at 7, and they will be on the picket line until 8 p.m., but the strike will go through until Saturday, and we'll be giving more updates as the day goes on. Brennan, back to you.
Hayden, thank you for that report. That is one side. Let's take you now to the other side. RRH officials have told us they're disappointed that this has gotten to this point, and we heard from the chief nursing officer this morning about what they're going to do for the next 2 days to handle everything.
Back to business, back to taking care of our patients, giving the clinical excellence that they have. We are a magnet designated hospital for a reason, because we have great nurses. We might have different opinions at this time right now, and I have no qualms about coming back, partnering with them, and moving forward.
We're also told the emergency department will stay open as planned, as it has been, and anyone with appointments, procedures, those will go on as planned. Again, this 48-hour strike. Some more developing headlines. An 18-year-old man is in the hospital following a shooting overnight here in the city. This happened around 7 o'clock on Flint Street. That victim, the latest update, remained in critical condition. Police say no arrests have been made at this point. Local law enforcement members tell us they're frustrated after the new arrest of a man charged in a deadly shooting from last month. 33-year-old Hurley Williams was arrested in connection to the killing of Todd Jones Jr. July 21st on North Goodman. He pleaded not guilty during arraignment yesterday to weapons and murder charges. According to police, he initially resisted during his arrest and began to pull out a gun. Officers say they took him into custody safely without firing their weapons. And when Williams was picked up, arrested by members of the U.S. Marshals Violent Felony Task Force, he had 2 separate warrants out for failing to appear in court. That's on top of a previous felony, a conviction on a weapons charge. This particular arrest is prompting the sheriff in Monroe County, Todd Baxter, to call for more changes when it comes to handling a case like this one. On issues like bail reform, Baxter says with ongoing crime trends this year, any progress made with recent bail reform changes is not enough going back a few years. Governor Kathy Hochul did make some changes in the budget with reform this year, but did not go as far as to adding dangerousness or public safety considerations to pre-trial decision making.
This is the world we're living in of chaotic law, and they keep on making little tweaks to it. Step in the right direction. I applaud the governor. I applaud her. She moved the needle forward, but not about 10%.
Another change with bail reform this year includes specifying mental health and drug treatment within the mandatory programming option. The changes officially took effect with that in June. Monroe County has moved some 50 families seeking emergency shelter at the Motel 6 in Gates out over the last week. This comes as the Department of Human Services says the motel violated sanitation codes. The owner asked for some families to be removed and says much of this came down to renovations. She says there are no sanitation problems. The county calls much of her claims, though, misinformation, and had a press conference yesterday trying to clear things up.
In order to fix up these rooms, we need some of these rooms empty so that we can fix these rooms. But if you're putting 60, 70 families in here and then forgetting about them, I can't do what I need to do to fix these rooms. So I was just asking for a limitation. But when I saw the panic that was going on, I said, you know what? We can pause these renovations.
She left off certain portions of it that contradicted what she said. And what I would say from a credibility standpoint in terms of the motel owner is I know I saw 2 stories that she did where she acted as though she had no idea that there was any sanitary issues at all with the Department of Health, which were categorically untrue.
The county says if the Motel 6 gets everything up to code again and wants to re-enter into a new agreement, it will consider the property as a partner. Former President Donald Trump will have his first day in court today on new criminal charges against him. This is a federal case stemming from his alleged efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Security is very tight around the courthouse in Washington. The former president expected to arrive with Secret Service as an escort this afternoon and enter a plea of not guilty. Your weather here at 6:53, mid-60s, and yeah, we've got some heavy rain for some of you, James.
Yeah, that's right. Now on the east side, most of this morning it has been kind of hanging out in Brockport, Gates, up toward Greece, but now we've got it under the gun for East Rochester, Penfield getting some moderate to heavy rain right now. That extends down into Mendon, Honey Eye Falls getting a little bit of rain there as well. Up north toward Webster, you've got a good downpour. City is actually catching a little bit of a break before more rain sweeps in. So it's a wet, it's a soggy morning for most. The back edge of this, though, it's in Orleans County. We're not going to see this all day. We're done by about noontime. If not a couple hours before that, then we're dry for a lot of the afternoon. We'll take a look at the weekend forecast at the end of the show in just a few moments, Brennan.
All right, see you in a few seconds there, James. Sunrise traffic here 5 minutes ago until the top of the hour. First responders still on scene at that crash, Dewey Avenue and West Ridge Road, northwest corner of the city. And that view, that is what you're going to see. The wipers going this morning heading out. We'll check sunrise traffic again, see if any more problems pop up or if you're good to go at about 7:25 during CBS Mornings. In Rochester, the Black Cinema Series, a partnership between the local Association of Black Journalists and the Little Theater, just had a showing for Black Barbie. It's a documentary telling the story of Beulah Mae Mitchell, a woman who spent 45 years working for Motel, and delves further into the cross-section of merchandise and the representation of black women throughout history. We heard from Richard McCullough, the chairman of the Black Cinema Series Committee, who says it's exciting to see and learn about a different side of Barbie you may have not seen before. They do monthly screenings as they pick different topics to highlight. There's plenty of excitement over at the Strong as it featured a notable speed cuber at a new exhibit yesterday. If you're unfamiliar with that term, take a guess. Yeah, this is someone who can solve a Rubik's Cube in a very short amount of time. Livia Kleiner can do that in 10 seconds. She's been doing this for nearly 10 years and has been in more than 100 competitions. She stopped by the museum and offered some lessons and also adds there's no one way to solve the cube. You have endless opportunities to do so. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool to see how quick she is.
I know. 10 seconds. And I think the world record's something like 4 or something like way quicker than that. Yeah. It's insane. I could never do that.
Right. Yeah. It couldn't be. You could give me a direction sheet, give me an hour and a half, I'd still be pulling the stickers off and putting them on them.
You said you can get a side, though.
I get one side.
That messes you up for the other side.
Yeah, right. I can get one side. And it's a morning to kind of hang out, maybe play some games on the inside.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't have to go to work today. But we do have some afternoon clearing, so do not think this is a washout of a day, much improved as we get later in the day. Low to mid 80s for highs, and then we coast along. Tomorrow we're still calling for showers, but a lot of the day is dry. And then this weekend, lots to look forward to. So much happening. You've got a little bit of football, Puerto Rican Fest Saturday. Looking forward to it.
Yes, that gets going. Coming up tonight with the first concert. Stay dry out there. We'll see you back here in 30.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.